Following on from all of our previous updates, this is another update just to tell us where we are and how close we are to achieving our set target, which is the end of 2022 for completion of infrastructure. As we speak, 8 out of the stations are going on exceedingly well. We're very confident that those stations will be completed circa end of November to the beginning of December, which is putting us in good stead for our timeline of the end of the year. And those are the stations from Iju, Agege, Ikeja, Mushin, Oyingbo, Yaba, and the only station we really haven't started any work on is the station at Agbado. Now, with regard to track work, as we said before, we're sharing track with NRC from Agbado all the way to Ebute-Metta Junction. And for us, we're building new track from Ebute-Metta to Oyingbo. That has also started, and we have no reasons to feel that we will not complete. The program is on target. All our milestone deliveries are coming in as we expect them. Oshodi Station is, for us, we are integrating with the existing interchange at Oshodi. We're liaising with the contractor and indeed the Ibile Holdings, that is the domiciled holding for that infrastructure. And we have agreed designs, we know what we're doing. The only thing that we are going to build outside of the Oshodi interchange is the platform and the pedestrian bridge that will connect our platform to the station. So the station will be an integral part of that Oshodi interchange. Blue Line. In terms of infrastructure, we are really very confident that that one is going on according to our plans. All of the concrete works for the station at Marina is now completed. What we're doing now is to fit block work and any fittings and fixtures within the station itself. And that really is something that we're very comfortable with. The only other thing we're doing now is to complete the bridge works between National Theatre and Marina. And you will see that the majority of that is done. It is just a section of it that needs to be completed. You can see the enormous amount of work that is going on. It's very visible because it's right there in the public space. We also have some retrofitting works to be done between Mile 2 and National Theatre, including National Theatre Station. That is ongoing, the program we have, and we're trying to manage that program to be certain that we complete it around the same time that we complete the Marina Station, so that we will be ready to take over the stations all at once. The Blue Line rolling stock is expected between September and October. We have one rolling stock already here, and that will be part of the fleet, but we are expecting an additional 2 number. So in total, we will start the Blue Line with 3 sets of rolling stock. And really and truly, that's still fine for us, because by the time we complete in December, we will begin to do testing and commissioning by the end of the year. That will allow us to have all the interface issues between the infrastructure and the operational infrastructure in place before we start full operations the first quarter of 2023. Now for the Red Line, we expect the Red Line rolling stock also in the next couple of months. So with the Red Line, we've spoken about the stations, we've spoken about the track work. We mustn't forget the very, very important work that is going on with regard to the overpasses, which will ensure that we have safe passage of vehicles over the rail tracks to ensure that we have separation of vehicular transportation from our rail transportation, and indeed also pedestrian transportation. So those 4 overpasses that we have been doing, they're on track. The one at Ikeja, Yaba, Mushin, Oyingbo. For us, it is to ensure that these will be ready before the full completion of the infrastructure for the rail. And as we are very sure that we'll be able to complete those bridges by end of November. The one that could drag a little bit will be the one in Mushin, but even that will be completed by the beginning of December. So with regard to operations of the Blue Line in particular, we all know that we have publicized that the Blue Line is going to be an electrified rail system, and with the 3rd rail system. What that means is that the electrification will be along the track. And for us, that means that It has no tolerance. If you want to cross from one side to the other, you must use the overhead bridges. This is a necessity for all of us to understand. We have, as a government, been very responsible, and we have fenced all along the alignment for the blue line to ensure that people do not cross it. But what we see time and time again is that people go there and they cut the fences and they run across. This is fine until we electrify. And we need to understand that this is not acceptable. Not because Lamata is saying don't do it, but because it is a matter of life and death. It is a health and safety issue. Anywhere in the world, this is the way it functions. And if we want to develop, we need to begin to understand that this is the way we're headed for a sustainable rail system that is good for emissions. Electrified rail is the way forward. And when your rail is electrified, then we must not interface with it. So we ask this, and we ask that the people be responsible and understand that it is mandatory that nobody crosses the tracks. We've bothered to put pedestrian crossings, there's access for the physically challenged, and therefore we have no reason to cross the track. So we just ask that the people please respect this and respect the rails, because if we don't, we will find ourselves in very, very dire straits indeed.
Lamata, keeping Lagos moving.